Rockets won most games last season, but this summer they've lost two key members. That's Trevor, Ariza, and help me about this guy, Moute. He chose to sign with the, obviously signed with the Clippers.
The Clippers. Say it. Came back home.
The Clippers. It was reported days ago by our Dave McMenamin that he saw Carmelo's business manager. He spent much of the first half of that Rockets-Warriors Summer League game talking with the Houston contingent, including Mike D'Antoni and CP3. Also, the Thunder have given Carmelo permission to meet with other prospective teams. So Dave is here. Tell us what you know. What didn't we see on camera?
Well, I think what needs to happen here is Houston getting face-to-face with Carmelo, and Adrian Wojnarowski reported today that OKC has given permission to both Miami and Houston to have that type of conversation. And just like, hey, if stuff goes bad or if we acquire other pieces, are you going to say I'm a starter no matter what? 'Cause that's what we did last year in OKC and it ruffled some feathers. We want to know, are you in this for the team and you're going to bring everything to the table, or is there still some ego as a superstar?
Let me ask you that.
Step.
Do you feel as if, from what you're hearing, is there some ego as a superstar? I said yesterday on the show, he has a hard time believing that he's lost a little bit of that edge.
Yeah, but I also think that elite athletes, if they don't have that, then it's done. And so, I mean, I wouldn't celebrate him for not having it, because it'd be like, you know, go do TV or something.
Okay, so then can he, but in that same token, is that the rub? Can he?
Well, I think, you know, and many people said this before, but he's been his best as a basketball player on the Olympics and playing with other great basketball players.
Okay.
And he was able to sublimate his ego there. And so I think it could be a really good situation for him. And this is probably unpopular opinion, but I don't think the Rockets are that much worse or that much different. I know Trevor Ariza is a much better two-way player, and Moute brings things to the table that Melo doesn't. But the gap between them and the Warriors last year with Ariza and Moute, and then the gap that would exist this year with DeMarcus Cousins and Melo, I think negligible. I think it's the same thing it was
You think
before.
it's the same team?
Yeah.
I feel as if we're discounting the impact not having Iguodala on the Warriors during the playoffs had on
Great
how
point.
that series played out.
Fair.
You know, I do believe that if Iguodala was healthy, whether CP3 is healthy or not, that would have been a much easier series for the Warriors. But with that being said, I feel like they've gotten worse. They've gotten worse only in the sense of the defense that they're losing. I mean, Carmelo is a great offensive player, and I still think he can get you those buckets. But on the other side of the court, when you start to pick and rolls, when you start to move him on the perimeter, is he going to be able to keep up? Is he going to be willing to keep switching? Is he going to be willing to play the passing lanes like Moute, like Trevor Ariza did for them? And I would say probably not. We haven't seen it thus far. I hate to think that it's going to happen now.
Can't be up here saying Moute. You just can't do that to a Clipper. That's a Clipper, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Moute.
Moute. Yeah, not yours. Moute. Okay, there you go.
That's a deep conversation.
Yeah, right. LZ, you're actually correct. It's the defense that you really have to narrow your focus on. 2 years ago, Golden State saw that Houston went out there and shot the three ball as well as they did. What happened? Houston couldn't even touch Golden State. Last year, shot the three ball as well, better than Golden State. But what happened? They were up 3-2 in the series. Why? Because they played defense. They were up to 6 in efficiency. Now you bring in Carmelo, who's going to get you 3-point buckets, and he's going to be an ISO player, fits the system. But where's the defense? You lose 2 of your best defenders out there. So the way that they approached and attacked Golden State last year was defensive-minded with shooters. Now they're just going to have shooters again, trying to outshoot Golden State. Usually doesn't work.
I will tell you, though, Dave, one of the things that shocked me was the fact that CP3 is a really smart guy. Why didn't he take less so that he can at least keep one of those defensive players? But he took all the yams, and there was really nothing left to pay those other 2 guys.
Yeah.
Maybe because he knew his friend Carmelo Anthony would come play for him for less money. And also, the Houston Rockets lost Game 7 because they missed 3-point shots.
Yeah, they missed all of them. You're right.
So added offensive piece. Like, I will
say something that's unpopular, like you just did, Dave.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
What do you think?
that
Melo's a bit of a. When Chris Paul gets the max and you're on that team and you're thinking we're saying championship window a year or 2 and you give him 4 years at his age with his injury concerns, you know what that sends a signal to the rest of the locker room? Like, if they're going to give him his, I'm going to get mine because there's not enough here. I thought we were trying to win. Oh, we're not necessarily?
Okay, so what's happening with Clint Capela?
Man, I don't know. Dave, what's happening with Clint Capela?
Well, that's the same thing. I think that's a great point with Marcel's making.
Right.
He's like, I'm the young up-and-coming piece
Yes,
here.
that's what I'm like,
I
is he
brought by the
saying that to me?
defense, and
That's the signal.
where's my $100 million contract like I want to get?
That's the signal.
So what you know anything about that? Will they sign him? What are we hearing?
They're gonna sign him. It's a matter of them giving him a number where he still feels appreciated, or they go so low that he feels like, my first chance to get out of here, let's go.
And their best leverage
to disengage
is actually the marketplace because it's so dry out there that he didn't have the options he thinks,
You're
right?
right.
So it's tough for him.